This is the McLaren 750S, and for once I don't have to talk to you about hybrid power and battery packs and all that other stuff. This is a 720S with more, 30 horsepower more, 30 Newton meters more, and 30 kilos lighter. I love the 720S. So today, all we have to discover at this amazing track is whether McLaren have made a brilliant car even better.
We'll get back to Estoril in Portugal in just a minute, but first a recap of why the 720S is such a difficult act to follow. For me, its real appeal, quite aside from the spaceship looks and straight line performance, is how it seems to do everything. There's phenomenal usability, full-on supercar drama, and when you look for it, real edge to the experience too. Think of it as buying a 911 Turbo and getting a GT2 RS thrown in for free. The 720S has so many bases covered. The idea with the 750S was to stretch that capability still further, pushing at the top end right towards the 765 LT levels. That is a big ask.
Okay, so I've had a little go in the 750S already. We're at Estoril, which is brilliantly ramshackle, really cool place. But it was damp when I was out, so I was on a P0 standard tyre, then they put me on a Trofeo just to try it, but it was pretty marginal for those tyres. So now it's warmed up, I've got a new set of Trofeos, so I'll try and give you some live impressions. Fourth gear wheel spin. I've got the settings on track because I'm not a pussy, and got the variable drift control set on 12 out of 14 or 15, I think. And yeah, already I love that they now offer a proper tyre on it. Always wanted to try a 720S on a proper tyre, but you felt like they were almost protecting the other cars by not allowing that. So first off, so much torque, so much performance. Which is as before. You don't need second for these. So much torque. You can hear the wheel spin. We don't have the new diff that you get in the Artura. I've never had a problem with the McLaren open diff brake steer. I quite like it, and you can probably see how easy it is on the limit. Just a bit of turning oversteer, which you get with the track mode, the stiffer suspension. Ah, man, it's quick. The torque at the top end as well. Wow.
So let's just quickly cover what's new here. Yes, it's lighter and more powerful, but there is more. The steering, already a strong point on any McLaren, is revised. There's a faster steering rack and a little bit more weight to the feeling of it too. The settings for the Trick cross-link dampers have been changed, and the spring rate's actually slightly softer at the front and stiffer at the rear to change the balance and make it more neutral. For that crazy 765 LT style acceleration, it adopts the hardcore car's shorter final drive. The brake system is uprated, plus the car benefits from the new Artura style dash. To be honest, I miss the old style dash with its sci-fi folding instrument binnacle, and whilst I get the advantages of the placement of the rocker switches for powertrain and handling modes, the buttons themselves feel a bit cheap and insubstantial. A little gripe, but hey, nitpicking is part of the game at this level.
The car feels friendly, just despite you can probably hear that it's just on the edge. Yeah, of wheel spin. So much performance. Wow. I will say I drove it in sport earlier, and I found the gear shift, they've added some kick to it, and I didn't actually like it that much in the damp. But it feels lovely and positive and smooth in track. Yeah, it's still a handful when you want it to be. That's what I like. Bit of understeer through the quick corner. When you let it go. Yes. Top end. Proper car. I know some people don't get McLarens, but geez. know. It's so exciting to drive. I don't get it, how you don't like them. So much performance. I'd say there's a bit more feeling that the car's just a bit more tied down than the 720S. A bit more locked down generally. A bit more weight to the steering. Little bit more front end bite. More torque definitely. Brake feel is a little bit firmer. Some people really don't like McLaren's longer brake pedal. I really like it because it allows you to really modulate the car. These are a little bit firmer but still retain that ability. Yeah, love the balance. Actually, you can feel the difference when you left foot brake a bit more. Okay, this thing. Oh man, you can just hustle the car.
We can lose the traction control completely in a minute, but let's briefly talk about the road where I tried the 750S Spider. Firstly, the usability is retained, the ride remains really nice, the driving position is just gorgeous, and the added weight to the steering and slightly more locked down feel don't veer too far towards the much harsher 765 LT. Sport mode attempts to add plenty of drama with throttle cut cracks on upshifts and downshifts, and overall the car is a bit of a riot. The engine is strange in that in delivery it has so much character and a wicked feral top end, but the noise is lacking true sparkle. But mostly, as a road car, it feels light, lithe and massively potent. A Ferrari 296 GTB is sharper still, and finally that lack of a limited slip diff does show up just from time to time, but honestly, very little can live with the 750S. It is mighty.
Okay, so this is a bit of a quick and dirty video, but thoughts. I don't think I'm just going to say the predictable. They've put it somewhere between a 720 and a 765 because it feels like its own thing. Definitely got some of that 765 edge, but it feels a bit more accessible somehow. I don't want my 750 horsepower car to be too easy to drive. So you need the edge, and this has that. It's just a wicked thing. I love the lightness and the controllability. Doesn't feel as manic as the Ferrari 296. So much power. Yeah, supercars are about how they make you feel. There's so much engineering that goes into these things. Mostly you just want it to be invisible, to feel like you can get stuck into the car. And it definitely gives you that. It's proper. So good, the balance. Yeah, this is mega. What else do you need to know?
So there's a quick review of the 750S. Manic yet accessible, usable but completely outrageous when you want it to be, and genuinely lightweight with all the benefits that brings. It is a hell of a car and much, much cheaper than the Ferrari 296 GTB. I'd say that is job done.